Okay, welcome back, everyone. So, I don't know why every time I talk about this subject, I got to burp. I just made another video for 15 minutes, didn't have to burp at all. But now that see, there's another burp. I don't know what's going on. Hey, welcome back. Today is March. Well, it was March 1st, but it's so late. It's March 2nd. So, what we're going to talk about today is the COVID-19, the coronavirus. Latest update. I just read on Facebook or something that there's a cruise ship outside of Baltimore with 89 confirmed cases of the coronavirus. COVID-19. There you go. COVID-19. So that's 89. I read something else that there's more cases. More people have died from the flu from 2019, 2020. I think 28,000 people. 2,800 people have died from the last flu season, and 78,000 people had caught it. 28,000 people had died. That's from the flu. Don't quote me on that. But today, what I'm curious about is, what is this going to do to the stock market this week? Because last week, the stock market lost 4,000 points. So if they have not found a vaccination, and cruise lines, if the cruise line shuts down, that's a lot of people out of job. It's a lot of people out of jobs. Tourist, airline industry. I just saw another article where the other day some people were at Costco in Silicon Valley going crazy over bleach, I think water and wipes. There's no one going to China or coming from China. Everyone's under quarantine. Like, I think there were 19 cases. Don't quote me on that, but 19 cases in California. I think 4 in Santa Clara County, where I'm located. No, this is serious. This is really serious. And this on top of the flu. Like, the coronavirus, you can't even really tell you have corona, because there's like, if you cough, I think if you sneeze, and if you have a fever, there's like 3 or 4 symptoms. Whereas, if you have the flu, there's like 8. So even if you catch a cold, you don't know if you have a cold or if you have the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is too much. I don't know what severity this is going to do to our economy. Like, has it crippled China? And since we have so many imports coming from China, it's just going to cripple the U.S. economy. I mean, what is this going to do to the election? Are people going to vote? Can they vote? Can they come out and vote? I mean, are people going to is everyone going to be quarantined? Is everyone going to have to stay in their houses or whatever? Like, this is just a catastrophe, an epidemic, a pandemic. Is that the correct word? Pandemic? I know it's epidemic, but a pandemic, like, I've been Ebola and some other things or whatever, but to me, it wasn't, I don't remember it shutting down industries. Like, I know people are flying still, whatever, and I didn't realize that Italy was in such a disarray. I didn't know they had so many, cases. Like, I didn't know that there was a lot of Asian, Chinese people going to Italy. I don't know if there's a correlation. I'm just like baffled. I'm really baffled. And again, this week, what's the prediction of the stock market? Is this, the linkage to the recession or depression, like I said the other day? Can they produce enough bleach? Are people taking this seriously? Are people still washing their hands? I was just like, oh my goodness. And a couple months ago, I was like having these nightmares about bacteria growth. I didn't think this was, I'm not saying that I'm a fortune teller or whatever, but it was just like grossing me out, just bacteria growth. This was right before I had, my procedure, whatever. And I was just like, ew, it was just like really gross out. I'm serious. I had nightmares of bacteria growing. And I would have never thought in a million years that something like this was coming. Like, I wanted to go travel to Egypt, to Cairo, to see the pyramids or whatever. I'm so scared of traveling now. And I've been all over, not all over the world, but I'm a very well-traveled person. So I'm just like, what is really going on? Whew. And literally in Silicon Valley, there are a lot of Asians. There's a lot of Chinese in San Francisco. There's a lot of, different nationality or races or culture of Asians in San Jose. There are a lot. There's a lot of Koreans. There's a lot of Vietnamese. There's a lot of Vietnamese. I think there's more Vietnamese than anybody in San Jose. There's Chinese. I mean, I've been to Hong Kong, been to, Southeast Asia, whatever. So I'm used to Chinese people, but I don't think like back east or down south, I think there's a lot of prejudice towards Asians because of this or whatever. And that's another sad thing. There's a lot of tension between, I guess, Chinese and blacks in San Francisco. And so, the other day there was, a big thing about this Chinese man who got his cans taken by a black man. But what I heard was the Asian man was actually stealing from the black man, the black man's cans. So I don't know. And then I told you about, the two young black men mugging a woman right outside of the tunnel right before you get to Union Square. So I was just like, what is going on? I just don't know. This is just too much. But the stock market, there's always racial tension amongst people, that's everywhere, whatever. But the stock market, and then, the hospitals, oh my goodness. I have to go to the doctor to my last checkup for my procedure on the 3rd. Tomorrow's the 2nd, the 3rd. Oh, I forgot about that. So, this is just really something. I'm really surprised at this. I just would have never thought. Things happen, but this is really getting scary to me. To the point where if I don't want to travel, I'm scared to travel. Listen, I'm like, well, maybe I want to go to Cuba or in Colombia and Mexico City, but I don't mind traveling, but it's the fact that being on the plane, and then what if someone's sick on the plane? Then that means you're quarantined. You may not even have anything, but if someone is sick on the plane, the whole plane they'll put everybody on the plane in quarantine. They will quarantine them in the quarantine, whatever. I for 14 days, and I'm just like, And I also heard that most of the people that are dying are elder people, like in their 70s, or I haven't heard of kids passing away, which is good. That's a good thing. We don't want anybody passing away, but this is really scary. This is really scary. You guys, again, wash your hands. Do not touch doorknobs. Don't touch anything. But one of my neighbors was like, what's the nastiest thing that has the most bacteria and germs are dollar bills. And I said, oh my goodness, which no one really uses paper money anymore. Everyone uses debit cards and all that. But still, to touch all, money or whatever. And so I'm just like, oh my goodness. So I think I used all my dollars today. I purchased gas. But I'm just like, oh, I don't want anyone touching me. Don't shake my hand. Don't come close. Like nothing. I don't want anyone touching me for nothing. Nothing. I have to disinfect my doorknobs, bleach my tub, my toilet, the counters on the sink or whatever. I guess this is first world problems, but still. And then you got the homeless. What are the homeless going to do? They don't have access to cleaning facilities, bath and showers and restrooms and everything. So that's a whole nother catastrophe. Listen, I don't know if I'm going to do this every day, but we need to pray and research this because it's getting serious. And I just don't know. I don't know. And I guess this is my way of venting my therapy or whatever. I don't know, but I'm scared. I'm honestly scared. Okay, well, I'm gonna go. Maybe we'll talk tomorrow about the COVID-19, the coronavirus. Okay, bye.